On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, Lisk releases its latest update and takes another big step towards its full release. TunnelBear is the simple VPN app that makes it easy to browse the web privately and enjoy a more open and secure internet experience. Try TunnelBear for free by checking out the link in the video description below. Hi there guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney. Today's the 20th of April 2017. One announcement, and then we'll do market roundup, quick look at the Litecoin SegWit situation which has changed, and then we'll get into the news. The announcement is that Brendan Eich from the Brave browser and the Basic Attention Token is coming on the show. So please go to cryptoversity.com/survey and submit a question that you would like me to ask him. I'm going to write my own questions if I don't get any. And of course, I'm going to include my own questions anyway. But I thought, this is a community thing. So why not get you guys to submit questions that you want to ask? And then I will put them on the schedule if they are good questions. Also put your name in there and I'll give you a shout out on the show if we choose that question to ask. So cryptoversity.com/survey, get your question in before next Tuesday and then I will ask them of Brendan. And now we move on to the market roundup, courtesy of coinmarketcap.com. And we have a few more reds creeping in today, but only a few big moves, so nothing too much to worry about here. Let's start off with NEM, which had a big gain yesterday, but has now slipped back 10.6% to 3 cents a coin. Now, you combine that with Ethereum Classic having increased 11.1 today, you end up with NEM falling from 6th place above Monero and Ethereum Classic down to 8th place below Ethereum Classic and Monero. Now, NEM's market cap is now $280 million, while Ethereum Classic is $290 million. Meanwhile, Monero kind of just sat there and watched it all happen, right? Monero is down just 1.1% today, pretty much maintaining its market cap of $295 million, meaning it's now in 6th position. Monero now trading at $20.60. Those three coins are bunched closely together by market cap, and then there's this big leap to the next group, which contains Dash and Litecoin. Both of them are in the, I'll call it the $500 million club. And then the top category is the $1 billion blockchain club with Bitcoin, Ethereum Core, and Ripple in it. And Ethereum Core has now managed to reach a market cap of $4.4 billion. Jeez Louise. Now let's scroll down a bit. We've been talking about Gollum recently. Well, Gollum has slowed down a bit today, up just 1.8%, still hovering around that 10 cents a coin mark and maintaining its 12th position. Below that, we have Decred jumping back up to the top 20, now in 14th place, thanks to a 15.5% gain, to an overall market cap of $69 million and a coin value of $14.61. Further down, Game Credits, where is it? Here it is. Game Credits has been now bumped out of the top 20 with a 4.5% loss, now sitting at 83 cents a coin. And then right underneath that is Round, which is another gaming-oriented coin, which is up 21.6% today to 5 cents a coin. Now, Round is a bit different to Game Credits because Round is designed to be a decentralized esports platform, which makes it more comparable to peer plays than anything. I think the name Round is analogous to like Round 1 in, say, a first-person shooter or tournament. Now, I said we'd take a look at Litecoin SegWit because something has changed here, and it has changed. I made the assumption that when Litecoin went up to whatever it was, 82% support for the segregated witness technology amongst miners, that it was then going to stay there. Well, it hasn't stayed there. It actually fell back yesterday, and it's fallen back a little bit more today. So the threshold is 75%, right? And it has to maintain that for one full activation period, which I just assumed was going to happen once we got over the threshold. But now it's fallen back under it again. Today it's 71.5% support, which is like, oh no, it does have to stick above the 75% threshold long enough for it to activate. I am not quite sure what's gone on there. That's a full 10% drop in support, so I can't think why miners would want to retract support for SegWit. In terms of the news then, I've turned to the Cointelegraph, the future of money. This is a William Suberg article. It says, Lisk sweeping updates prepare way for the first major release. Now, we've already done an update on Waves this week, so now let's take a look at Lisk. I'm not actually going to go into the software because there's nothing to show you at the moment, but I will do that when I've got something to say on it. Now, when I say that we've looked at Waves and now we're going to look at Lisk, I'm not saying that they're exactly comparable. Waves lets you create your own blockchain-based token, while Lisk is more like Ethereum because it allows you to create decentralized apps. And there are a few other important differences between Lisk and Ethereum, which we will get into. So it says here, Swiss Crypto Valley startup Lisk has announced updates across its suite of products as developers say its first major release is in sight. Well, they say it's in sight, but they don't give any hard dates as to when that might be. I also checked out the Lisk blog, which is what this article is based on, and it doesn't say on there either. And then it goes on to say here in the orange, it says, Lisk is a blockchain application platform using so-called delegated proof-of-stake algorithm to allow users to build grassroots applications in JavaScript. Now, delegated proof-of-stake, or DPoS as it's known, is a consensus approach used by chains like BitShares, Steam, the upcoming PeerPlace project, and probably a few others. And mining is done by having token holders elect witnesses who then take turns in signing blocks, and then they get rewards for that, right? So there's been talk about Ethereum Core moving to proof of stake, but I don't think that's actually happened yet. And the other difference is that Ethereum has the special Solidity programming language, right, that developers use to write the Ethereum-based apps. Whereas Lisk allows developers to write apps in JavaScript, which is already a very well-established language, widely used online, and has a ton of existing developers going back many, many years. Now, there's probably even some JavaScript powering this web page that I'm looking at. Like if I do a right-click in Google Chrome and click View Page Source, and then say I do a search for the word JavaScript, there, this page is making use of this little JavaScript app to generate that countdown timer that was at the top of the article. Actually, if we click on this countdown.js, we'll actually see the contents of that script. And it says here, look, countdown script version 5.3 written by Mike Geeson. Now in this particular case, I don't think there's any need for a simple countdown timer to run on a blockchain, but I'm sure there are many other applications that will. Getting back to the article then, right below that it says, its last update was a core software revamp, focusing heavily on security in February. While its stellar crowd sale in March of 2016 raised $8 million and became Germany's most successful crowdfunding campaign in history. Now, I didn't actually know that Lisk came out of Germany, and at the beginning of the article it actually says this is Swiss-based, so I guess that's where they are based now. I've also noticed many of the projects I've been looking at into lately have been coming out of Russia. I think Golem originally was established in Russia. The other bit I don't understand about this, it says that while it's stellar crowd sale, and it's written stellar with a capital S, I don't know if that's talking about they collected the crowd sale funds in the Stellar cryptocurrency, or whether they mean stellar as in wild success. And the only thing that's thrown me off there is the fact that they've called it stellar with a capital S. If it was a small s, I just think they meant huge crowd sale. But anyway, the article finishes off by saying here in the green, Lisk's currency, LSK, has seen its fortunes treble in the last 6 weeks, prices surging from around 12 cents to 33 cents a coin, respectively. And in fact, I checked it, right this minute, Lisk is trading at 39 cents, and it ranks 24th by market cap, so they've gone further than it says here even. You know, I like to contrast Lisk and Ethereum purely on the basis that they're both fundamentally aiming to provide the same thing, you know, a platform on which developers can create decentralized apps. Now, Ethereum certainly have the first mover advantage, having been out in the wild for a while, and like we saw in the market roundup, they're marching towards $5 billion of market cap. Lisk, on the other hand, have the big benefit of having a ready-made community of JavaScript developers who will be able to start making use of Lisk with little to no learning curve, and that's a big benefit. And because JavaScript is so well established as a technology on the web, it will run natively in all major browsers. And until web browsers start pre-integrating the ability to connect to the Ethereum network by default, we'll have to continue to rely on browser plugins like MetaMask and the like. So thanks for joining me today, guys. If you liked this episode, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please leave me a comment below with some feedback and get subscribed. And please support the Cryptoverse and boost cryptocurrency adoption by going to cryptoversity.com/podcast and becoming a patron. From just a few dollars a month, you can secure Cryptoversity's future, get unlimited access to all Cryptoversity courses, and access a private patrons-only chat group where you get direct access to me. That is all for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.